Eggs have long held a place on the breakfast tables of millions of Americans, especially among older adults who value their rich protein, vitamins, and affordable nutrition. Whether you like them scrambled, poached, or hard-boiled, eggs are often praised as a near-perfect food. But here's something many people don't realize. How you handle and prepare your eggs can make all the difference between boosting your health and unknowingly putting it at risk. As we age, our immune systems naturally weaken, and our bodies become more sensitive to inflammation, poor digestion, and foodborne illnesses. That means the simple egg, if cooked or stored improperly, can do more harm than good. You might have been eating eggs the same way for decades without a second thought. But new research and growing health awareness show that certain common habits, especially among seniors, may be quietly sabotaging your well-being. In this guide, we're going to uncover 5 common mistakes people make with eggs. Mistakes that can strip away their nutrients, introduce harmful bacteria, or increase inflammation. The good news? Each of these issues is easily avoidable with a few small but important adjustments. So whether you enjoy eggs every morning or only now and then, this information is worth your attention. We'll help you understand not only what to avoid, but how to keep eggs as a safe, nutritious, and enjoyable part of your diet. One that supports your energy, your digestion, and your overall vitality. Let's begin with the first mistake, and it's something many folks do without even realizing it. Overcooking their eggs. 1. Overcooking eggs. When more heat means less health. Eggs are often celebrated for their rich protein, healthy fats, and essential nutrients like vitamin B12, folate, and antioxidants such as lutein and zeaxanthin. But when cooked at high temperatures for too long, these nutritional benefits can quickly begin to break down, sometimes in ways that may surprise you. One of the most common mistakes people make, especially when preparing breakfast in a hurry, is overcooking their eggs. Whether it's frying them until the edges get brown and crispy, boiling them until the yolks turn grayish-green, or scrambling them over high heat, these practices can do more harm than good. Why? Because when eggs are subjected to excessive heat, a process called oxidation takes place, particularly with cholesterol in the yolk. Oxidized cholesterol has been linked to increased inflammation in the body, which can raise the risk of heart disease and contribute to chronic conditions like arthritis. For seniors, who may already be managing inflammation-related issues, this becomes an even more pressing concern. You might recognize the warning signs: a strong sulfur smell after boiling eggs too long, rubbery texture, or greenish yolks. That odor? It's a chemical reaction where sulfur in the egg white reacts with iron in the yolk, forming iron sulfide. Not toxic, but a clear indicator that some nutrients have been compromised. Consider Robert, a 76-year-old retiree who loved his morning routine. Eggs fried to a crisp, served with toast and coffee. Over time, he began to experience bloating and acid reflux. After learning about the link between overcooked eggs and digestive irritation, he made a small change, switching to soft scrambled eggs cooked over medium-low heat. Within weeks, he noticed he felt lighter, with improved digestion and more steady energy throughout the day. It's not just the cholesterol that's affected. Nutrients like B vitamins and antioxidants are sensitive to high heat and can lose their potency when eggs are overcooked. This means you may not be getting the full nutritional value from what should be one of the healthiest foods on your plate. So what's the better way to cook eggs? Gentle methods such as poaching, soft boiling, about 6 minutes, or scrambling over medium heat help preserve the egg's nutrients and reduce the risk of oxidation. If you do prefer fried eggs, try using a non-stick pan with a little butter or olive oil and keep the flame low. The goal is to cook the egg through without browning it excessively. Remember, it's not about giving up your favorite breakfast food. It's about preparing it in a way that supports your health instead of harming it. A few simple changes in the kitchen can protect your heart, your digestion, and your overall vitality, one egg at a time. 2. Eating raw or undercooked eggs, a risk not worth taking. Many people believe that eating eggs raw, or barely cooked, is a shortcut to better nutrition. From protein shakes with raw eggs to runny scrambled eggs or sunny-side-up yolks, these choices may seem harmless, even healthy, but for older adults, they can carry serious risks that far outweigh the potential benefits. The most pressing concern? Salmonella, a bacteria that can lurk inside raw or undercooked eggs, even if they look and smell perfectly fine. For younger individuals with strong immune systems, salmonella might cause nothing more than a day or two of stomach discomfort. But for seniors, foodborne illnesses like salmonella can quickly become dangerous, leading to dehydration, hospitalization, or worse. Take Margaret, a 68-year-old who used to start each morning with a smoothie that included a raw egg. She'd been doing it for years, thinking it was a protein boost. One morning, after feeling nauseous, feverish, and weak, she ended up in urgent care with a confirmed case of salmonella. It was a painful wake-up call, but one that helped her realize the importance of cooking her eggs fully. In addition to the bacterial risks, raw eggs also contain a compound called avidin. Avidin binds to biotin, a B vitamin critical for nerve function, metabolism, and maintaining healthy skin and hair. When eggs are raw, avidin prevents your body from absorbing biotin properly. Over time, this can contribute to vitamin deficiencies, something seniors should especially avoid. You might think that buying organic or free-range eggs eliminates the risk, but unfortunately, any egg can carry bacteria, regardless of how it was farmed. Even store-bought, seemingly clean eggs can be a hazard if they've been mishandled in transit or storage. So what's the safe solution? Cook your eggs until both the yolk and whites are firm. This means scrambled eggs that are fully set, not runny. Fried eggs cooked on both sides are covered during cooking to set the yolk. Hard-boiled eggs with fully cooked centers, usually about 9 to 12 minutes. Poached eggs that are gently simmered until the white is solid and the yolk is slightly thickened. If you still enjoy soft yolks, consider using pasteurized eggs, which are heat-treated to kill bacteria while preserving taste and texture. These are a safer option for recipes like Caesar dressing or homemade mayonnaise where raw eggs are traditionally used. Remember, it's not about giving up your favorite egg dishes. It's about making them safer. By fully cooking your eggs, you protect your digestive system, immune health, and overall well-being. And at this stage of life, feeling your best starts with small, smart choices in the kitchen. 3. Improper storage of cooked eggs. When good eggs go bad. Cooking eggs the right way, just one part of the equation. What happens after they leave the skillet can matter just as much, especially when it comes to how you store them. Improperly stored cooked eggs can turn into a breeding ground for harmful bacteria, and for older adults, that poses a risk that shouldn't be overlooked. Many people don't think twice about leaving a plate of scrambled eggs on the counter or tossing leftovers into the fridge without sealing them properly. But once eggs have been cooked, they become perishable, just like any other protein-rich food. When left at room temperature for more than 2 hours, or just 1 hour in hot weather, they can enter the danger zone of 40 degrees Fahrenheit to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, where bacteria multiply rapidly. This is particularly important for seniors. As we age, our bodies become less resilient to foodborne illnesses. A bug that a younger person might shake off in a day or two can become a serious health event for someone over 65, potentially leading to dehydration or hospitalization. Take George, for example. At 72, he had a practical habit: make a big batch of scrambled eggs on Monday and eat them throughout the week. But he stored them in a loosely covered bowl in the fridge, grabbing a scoop each morning. After several bouts of stomach cramps and nausea, he realized something wasn't right. Once he switched to using airtight containers and making smaller batches, his digestion improved, and so did his peace of mind. Here are a few simple but crucial storage tips. Use airtight containers to store cooked eggs in the refrigerator. Eat within 3 to 4 days for scrambled, fried, or poached eggs. Hard-boiled eggs can last up to 1 week in the fridge, as long as the shell is intact. Label leftovers with the date they were cooked so you're not guessing later. Another hidden danger is cross-contamination. Don't store cooked eggs near raw meat or unwashed produce. Bacteria can spread inside the fridge if foods aren't properly sealed or separated. Even reheating eggs the wrong way can pose issues. Microwaving can create rubbery textures and uneven heating, which may not kill all bacteria. Instead, try gently warming leftovers in a skillet with a splash of water or broth over low heat. If you do use a microwave, heat in a short bursts and stir frequently to avoid hot spots. The takeaway? Treat cooked eggs like any other perishable food. Proper storage isn't just a safety measure. It's a simple act of care that protects your digestive health and helps you get the most out of every meal. After all, staying healthy isn't always about big changes. Often it's the small, thoughtful habits, like how you store your food, that make the biggest difference. 4. Using cracked or expired eggs. A hidden hazard in your fridge eggs may seem simple and safe, but the moment a shell is cracked or the expiration date has quietly passed, they can become a silent risk, especially for older adults. What looks like a harmless breakfast ingredient can, if ignored, open the door to foodborne illness. Let's start with cracked eggs. Even a tiny fracture in the shell can let harmful bacteria like salmonella sneak inside. That outer shell isn't just for show, it acts as the egg's natural protective barrier. Once broken, that protection is compromised. And while it may be tempting to use a slightly cracked egg in your omelet or scramble, the safer choice is to toss it. No recipe is worth risking your health. The same goes for expired eggs. While most of us rely on the sell-by or use-by date stamped on the carton, those dates aren't always perfect indicators of freshness. Storage conditions vary, and even eggs that seem fine on the outside can go bad earlier than expected if they weren't kept cold enough during shipping or at the grocery store. Here's a simple way to test for freshness at home using just a bowl of water. If the egg sinks and lays flat on the bottom, it's fresh. If it stands upright, it's still usable, but should be eaten soon. If it floats to the top, it's best to throw it out. It's no longer safe to eat. Evelyn, a 74-year-old from Ohio, learned this the hard way. She cracked an egg into a pan one morning, noticed an odd smell, but cooked it anyway. A few hours later, she found herself dealing with severe stomach cramps and nausea. A visit to her doctor confirmed food poisoning, likely from a spoiled egg. Since then, she always uses the water test before cooking. To protect yourself, here are a few simple but effective tips. Inspect each egg before use. Discard any with visible cracks or unusual smells. Store eggs in the coldest part of your fridge, not the door, where temperatures fluctuate each time it opens. Buy eggs from reputable sources and get them into your refrigerator as soon as you return home. Keep eggs in their original carton, which helps shield them from absorbing odors and keeps expiration dates visible. One more note, if you find a cracked egg in a carton after purchase, many stores will replace it. Just bring it back with your receipt. A little extra caution can go a long way, especially when it comes to protecting your digestion and immune health. At this stage in life, your body deserves the best, and that includes making sure the foods you eat are as safe as they are nourishing. 5. Cooking with unhealthy oils. When the wrong fat turns eggs against you. You may be cooking your eggs just right, avoiding high heat and making sure they're fully cooked. But if you're using the wrong kind of oil, you could be undoing all your efforts. For seniors especially, choosing the right cooking fat is just as important as the food itself. Why? Because the type of oil you use can either help your body thrive or contribute to chronic inflammation and disease. Many people don't realize that popular oils like canola, corn, soybean, and vegetable oil blends are highly processed and break down easily under heat. When these oils reach high temperatures, like when frying eggs, they release harmful compounds including oxidized fats and free radicals, which can damage cells, accelerate aging, and increase the risk of heart disease. Take Frank, a 78-year-old retiree from Texas, who had been using vegetable oil for years to fry his eggs. It seemed harmless. After all, that's what he'd grown up with. But after learning about how seed oils break down and create inflammatory byproducts, he decided to switch to extra virgin olive oil and butter. The change was simple, but the effects were powerful. His digestion improved, his joints felt less stiff, and he no longer felt sluggish after breakfast. Unhealthy oils also tend to have low smoke points, which means they become unstable at typical stovetop cooking temperatures, usually between 350 degrees Fahrenheit to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. The smoke point is the temperature at which an oil starts to smoke and break down, forming toxic compounds you don't want in your body. So what oils should you be using instead? Here are some heart-healthy and senior-friendly choices. Extra virgin olive oil, rich in monounsaturated fats and antioxidants, great for medium heat cooking. Butter, especially from grass-fed cows, it contains healthy saturated fats and fat-soluble vitamins like A and D. Avocado oil, with a high smoke point, around 520 degrees Fahrenheit. It's ideal for higher heat cooking and loaded with good fats. Coconut oil, stable at high heat, with potential benefits for brain health. Each of these alternatives not only adds flavor, but also delivers nutrients that support brain function, heart health, and energy levels, all of which are especially important as we age. Remember, eggs on their own are incredibly nutritious, but they can be dragged down by poor oil choices. You don't need to stop enjoying fried eggs. Just pair them with the right oils so they work with your body, not against it. Sometimes it's not about what you eat, it's how you prepare it. By choosing better cooking fats, you're taking a simple but meaningful step toward protecting your long-term health. And that's a change worth making, one breakfast at a time. At this stage in life, maintaining good health isn't about extreme diets or complicated routines. It's about making smarter, simpler choices every day. And as we've seen, something as common as eggs, often praised as the perfect protein, can become harmful if handled or prepared the wrong way. Whether it's overcooking and losing nutrients, eating eggs raw and risking infection, or storing them improperly, each mistake carries potential consequences, especially for seniors. Add in the risks of cracked or expired eggs and cooking with unhealthy oils, and suddenly this everyday food isn't as safe as it seems. But the good news? Every one of these mistakes is fixable, and the fixes are easy. Lower the heat, cook your eggs thoroughly, store them properly, check for freshness, choose better oils. These small steps not only preserve the nutritional power of eggs, but also protect your heart, digestion, and immune system. Think of your kitchen as your first line of defense in staying healthy and independent. With just a few mindful tweaks to how you cook and handle eggs, you can continue enjoying them without worry, and with the peace of mind that you're doing something good for your body. At the end of the day, good health isn't about perfection. It's about consistency, awareness, and self-care. So take what you've learned today and apply it to your routine. Your future self, full of energy, comfort, and confidence, will thank you. And remember, sometimes the biggest improvements in our health come from the smallest changes in our habits, starting with how we cook an egg.